The Sonic Movie Show is a weekly podcast that you could find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other services like YouTube. Just search for The Sonic Movie Show and give us a like wherever you listen. What's up, guys, and welcome to the 49th inaugural episode of The Sonic Movie Show, the only show that's about Sonic news, and the occasional Sonic movie news. My name is Ethan, and with me here today is Devin.
I'm the top banana in a world full of hungry little monkeys.
Okay, so this was in a Sonic thing, this quote.
Yeah, do you know where?
Is it from a cartoon?
No.
No?
No.
Because I was going to suggest, like, Sonic Boom, or maybe this was a thing Knuckles says.
Oh, Dr. Robotnik says this.
Okay. Does he say it in Sonic Colors?
No.
Sonic Heroes?
No. It's the
Sonic.
movie.
He says in the movie?
Yes, I guess.
What's the line again?
I'm the top banana in a world full of hungry little monkeys.
I mean, I guess it sounds like a Jim Carrey line.
Yeah.
When does he say that? Fuck, we watched that movie twice.
We might have to rewatch it again at some point because it's been a minute.
Well, a 1-year anniversary review.
Well, it's coming up. Before we know it, it's going to be February again.
We still have to actually buy the movie, too.
We have been looking, to be fair.
Yeah, for the Steelbook.
Yes.
We don't
play.
Get it.
We don't play.
I mean, it's always on sale on, not on sale, but it's for sale on Best Buy's website. It's like $30, and I've been kind of hoping I can get it for cheaper than $35.
Because the Sonic Movie Show has all the up-to-date news, but we also choose
doesn't actually own the movie. Yeah. So that was a quote that's completely unrelated to the topic at hand. Oh, wait, is it not? Is it actually about becoming number one? That's right. As you could have told by the name of the episode, which I'll decide after finishing recording, this episode is about Battle Royale games and Sonic. So
we scraped the bottom of the barrel for this week.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Today's the last episode. Fuck it. What happens if you take Sonic and there's like 100 of them, right?
Yeah.
It's like 100 fucking Sonics.
100 of them.
And they gotta compete in what, the Olympics? Are they racing? What are they doing?
So what we want to do tonight is make a Sonic Battle Royale.
It's 10 o'clock. We were going to record an hour ago.
We're making a Sonic Battle Royale. We have to ask ourselves, I think, first, what would that look like? What do we want from it? Besides just like, oh, Sonic is number one or I'm number one. Like, no shit, that's a Battle Royale. But like, what would we want from a Sonic Battle Royale?
How would that... So, okay.
Well, first off, what is a Battle Royale? I think we should like... What to us is like a good Battle Royale.
At its core, all it really is a large-ish amount of players where you don't... I don't want to say respawn because there are games where that phrase wouldn't make sense, but like it's easy to be eliminated and you're done for that game, and one person wins.
Usually it's
it can be
50,
it can be as high as 100. It can be as low as 35, like the Mario Battle Royale thing that's coming in October, and the fan game that Nintendo canceled seemingly right before they announced their own Mario Battle Royale. Interestingly enough, that's how Nintendo operates.
It could be 99,
like Tetris 99.
I think Call of Duty is 120.
Call of Duty was 80, right?
120. It's a lot.
Oh, but Black Ops 4 was like 80.
Yeah,
right?
Warzone is 120. It's been a minute since I played it. I'm pretty sure it's 120. See, I don't pay attention to that number because I'm always getting top 10, you know.
Apex is 60.
Yes.
Fortnite is 100. But there are modes in that, so I don't... There was one that I think already, like, you just couldn't live. And I forget what it was called. But it was like an indie team kind of made it. But it was the same kind of thing where it was like a third-person battle royale, I think. Maybe it was third-person, but it was a shooter. Like, I wasn't trying to be super crazy. But it was only 10 players. And there was an 11th player who was like the game master who was like making up rules and stuff.
There's Cuisine Royale, which is amazing.
Yep. There's Quiz Royale, which is basically HQ Trivia, but it's a Royale game on your phone. There is
Is there a Candy Crush Royale?
probably. Yo, like, no one ever talks about those games anymore, Candy Crush, but they still make Activision billions of dollars a year.
Yes.
Ubisoft has one that's called, like, Wireframe or whatever. Super Hackers. I forget what it was called. There's crowns in that one.
Classic.
There's obviously Fall Guys.
Which came out a couple weeks ago at this point.
A month ago.
Has it been a month already? Fuck.
It was August PlayStation
sense.
Plus game.
That's right. I did get it on PlayStation.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like new ones all the time that are like small scale, you know, and then they die out. Oh, what Lawbreakers? Remember the Cliff Bleszinski one?
Dude, Lawbreakers. Yeah,
that was like came out. This was in the era where like PUBG was still not
PUBG.
king
We didn't even
anymore.
say PUBG, but PUBG was number
This
one.
was in
for
the
a
era
while.
where like PUBG was like number 2, and so the idea of charging for a battle royale wasn't all that bad of an idea. No, wait, Lawbreakers. I'm sorry, Lawbreakers was his Overwatch game. He made when Lawbreakers wasn't getting a good player base, when it wasn't getting a good player base, and they needed funding really badly. His team, to make money, and they publicly stated this, started making a battle royale game called Radical Heights.
That's what it is. I know what that is. Yes,
That was his.
Yes.
And then that died within like the month. Because like, hey, he's not really all that good
I
of a
wonder how big
businessman.
PUBG is still. I mean, I know a lot of people like. You had to buy that, right? Yeah, I think it was like $20.
But yeah, but
something
it's like
that.
it's on PlayStation now, I think, and it's on Xbox Game Pass, I think. But it's like, yeah, I mean, honestly, like a lot. It's almost like it reminds me of MOBAs, where like there's a lot of them. League of Legends is still the best one, but there's like a good 24 that are sustaining a player base,
And they're
all
just
niche.
solid games. Like
They're just solid, but they have a niche player base that won't leave, and they're fine with what they have. And I think battle royales are just the same now at this point.
I feel like, yeah, because Fortnite's going to be the shit for the next 15.
As
20
long as
years.
it can still get, this is crazy to me. DC and Marvel have characters in there. You can kill Batman as Iron Man, and vice versa, and both companies are fine with that.
They both bang
You know
and
what I
bang.
mean? Exactly. Like that's how big Fortnite is.
But,
I mean, like
I still say Fortnite. I think there's no doubting this at this point that Fortnite is the Minecraft of that genre at this point.
sure.
That like
It's
it's
the
not
new
going anywhere.
Minecraft.
There's too much
Yeah.
merchandise now at this point. You have
yeah.
Ninja. Literally, he was already kind of big beforehand, but he became the cornerstone of Fortnite, and then ended up being the biggest streamer ever because of it.
He became
Like,
the biggest streamer off of Fortnite. Yeah.
so
Yeah, I mean, but then and then Apex comes out, becomes bigger than Fortnite briefly, dips back down, but maintains like a good like high market share, mind share. Call of Duty comes out twice, maintains a high mind share, not super big, like humongous big, but like this is still viable. And then smaller ones come in, like Fall Guys could die in interest in a couple months.
That
By the end of the year, it might.
I think on PlayStation will
For
help
sure.
a lot for people because I paid for it on Steam, like because I wanted
really?
to stream it. And I had fun. I never actually won a game, of course, because I'm bad at all video games. But I still had fun, and I'm like, it's so much more. Like, yeah, there's tons of battle royales, like you said, but this one's just a little bit different, where it's like, oh, it's like Wipeout, the TV show.
Yeah.
It has that gist to it, where
It's a padded foam obstacle course.
yeah, and
with
it's super
physics.
just fun and like zoomery. I like to call it zoomery because the colors are so zoomery, and just like super easy to just go in, play, and it has some skill involved, but there's a lot of RNG in it as well on some of the courses, as opposed to all these shooters, because Fortnite's a shooter, Warzone's a shooter, Apex is a
Right.
shooter. It's like, oh, we're doing battle royales that aren't specifically
Like Tetris
Tetris
99
another
is Tetris as a battle royale, but besides that, and obviously the Mario one, I can't think of too many that aren't like a shooter. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. I think Sonic, if we're doing a Sonic,
Like it's gonna be crazy in like 10 years when we look back and like it's become like MOBAs and survival crafting games where there's so many way different kinds. I mean, Fortnite started off as a survival crafting game.
Started off as the one
enough.
thing that everyone was doing, and then
we were actually going to get it
for that reason
because it was a third-person tower defense shooter, and
that looks cool.
That's awesome for me. And it's not canceled, but like they don't do anything for that mode anymore, which is weird.
Blame them, I guess.
But like they're also doing so many like they lower down the rev share because of how much money they make on Fortnite. Just funnel money into another mode. And in any case, not that I actually played that mode, so I don't really care. But shit, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so like in 10 years when we look back on all these battle royales, it's going to be weird how many, like, there was just this cluster where they're all shooters on an island you skydive down to. And we're going to find that very weird, you know what I mean? Because now it's 2030 and battle royales mean like it could just like deathmatch. It's just a term like deathmatch or like any sort of multiplayer.
I already think it is at that point. We're like now, like I think games like Call of Duty, every time it's coming out now, there's gonna be a battle royale mode just because it's a thing. People want to play that.
Does the new one have its own battle royale, or is it just?
I think it's having a. It's not called Battle Royale, but I think it has a similar mode where it's like you collect cash or something. There's a similar mode in Warzone that's like that, where you have to kill as many people who have cash, and hold on to it as long as you can.
Is Warzone supposed to be just the Call of Duty Battle Royale now?
They said they're supporting it for at least through Cold War. The new Cold War game coming out.
Because is Blackout gone?
Blackout's still around, but I don't think it's as big. Warzone's big. Warzone is huge. Like
I know, well, because it's free.
It's free, and it's fucking Call of Duty. So you already have those two things. And I played a lot of it, and I love that game. Like it's one of my favorite games.
I'm sure it's good too. It was just weird to me that like they come out with their battle royale as a mode, a part of a $60 Call of Duty game, and then a year and a half later, they come out like, oh, the next Call of Duty game has its own battle royale mode, and it's like basically it's like every Call of Duty's multiplayer replaces the last one. Yes. Technically speaking, not literally. You can still play World at War on PS3 and 360 right now if you wanted.
It's full of hackers.
The servers are the servers are still up. Like they're not literally replaced, but like it's just weird that like they could do that with the next Call of Duty.
I think Warzone's here to stay, unless maybe not long term, but I would say at least 3 years.
Warzone's a good name too.
It is a good name.
It's generic, like. It's not really leaning Black Ops, you know what I mean, or leaning, it's like
they can
Fortnite,
easily.
It's a lame name, but it works for everything.
That's what I'm saying. They easily can be like, oh, it's now it's just the Cold War. All the guns from Call of Duty Cold War are now in this game. Fuck it. Yeah. I'd probably still give it a shot then too. I'll be back. So, but I think for Sonic, if we're doing a Sonic Battle Royale, it has to be something I think Fall Guys level where it's like new. It can't be a shooter.
But here's my thing. So, Sonic the Hedgehog is, generally speaking, a series about platforming games with momentum and speed, right?
Yes.
But how often do they just not do that? How often do they fuck up their own formula? Yeah. How often do they just... Now Shadow has his own game and he's got a gun. Or now Knuckles has his own game and he has rings that are like zip thingies and like... What the fuck? Siri just went off on me.
I heard you talking about Sonic. That's what Apple's working on.
What did he? I didn't even think I said "Hey Siri," but should I just say it again? I was gonna say I don't think it's a given that a Sonic Battle Royale that's realistically made by Sega would be a game about a bunch of Sonic characters running fast. I don't like it. Could be a third-person shooter.
Want? I think it'd be different. What would Sega do? I
just want to throw that out there. It's not a guarantee. It's not an obvious. Oh, it's obviously going to be a platforming game. Like it could literally just be Sonic and Knuckles shooting peanut guns at each other.
Yeah, yes, or throwing something like chows at one another or something like that. But I think you're right. If Sega did it, they'd fuck it up. I think
they'd find
it wouldn't be good. Even if the mode was good, I feel like there'd be like a technical issue or like server issues. It's like something bad. Like just Sonic is such a we've said it before. How many times it's such a shitty run through it all that like it would just be
It's got a
expected.
bad track record.
It would just
Yeah.
like, oh, yep, sorry, we're having server issues. You know,
I bought a Sonic game on mobile called Sonic Runners Adventure, Sonic Dash Adventures. It's a paid game. You pay $3 to get it, which is why I did it, because I'm like, hey, there's going to be no ads, and I just want a Sonic game on mobile again, because I did like Sonic Dash like 7 years ago on my phone.
yeah.
And it's a 2D platforming thing. And Gameloft made it. Gameloft makes a bunch of iOS and Android games. They're like they're like kind of like, I think they're owned by Activision. I'm just saying this because this is a basic idea of a Sonic game. He is running fast through levels, but the sense of speed is just so terribly done. His animation is just so bad. And now talking about Battle Royale, if I can easily see it where, like, let's say they do just a Fall Guys, but with a sense of speed, and maybe not necessarily goofy, but like, because Sonic would be probably trying to be serious. I can get a sense where like everything just kind of looks weird because he's not like off model, kind of like he doesn't run seemingly like the rate in which his legs and arms are moving does not match his momentum. You know what I
He just
mean?
has like noodle arms. He's just playing away on them around.
Exactly. His legs are running slower than what his actual speed is moving.
I feel like it would Sonic's all about speed, but I feel like for a battle royale, how would you even make that work? Like design wise,
my thinking,
like you
my
said, like
thinking is,
if everyone's moving quick, how are you gonna be able to?
Sonic
have
has
so
Sonic
many people
games have a
going
problem
quick
with
at the
yes,
same
that would
time.
be terrible. They would have to isolate people. I can see something where, like, let's say it's a so Fall Guys is multi stages,
Yes.
and it randomly picks like a game essentially. It's like a Mario Party battle royale, which I'm sure Nintendo is fucking kicking themselves because that was one of the things I kept seeing people say is like, oh, Fall Guys makes me want a Mario Party battle royale, but it's multiple stages, and then there's people that lose at each stage to narrow it down, right? And then there's just one final one person will win. You could do something like that, but instead of like wacky mini games, it is like platforming levels. Let's say there are 40 of them and it picks one. And they could do it in a sense where, like, let's say he's running forward.
Yeah.
Like any of them, like, I don't want to say the modern Sonic games because it's a crapshoot if it's actually what I mean, but like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, running forward. You could see the other lanes to the left and right of you, maybe, or like at least your neighbors as a compete.
Yeah.
Like it's all the same one, and whoever gets the first 80, if this is 100 players, to get there to the finish line first, qualify. But
my thing is,
I don't know if
become.
that's gonna be fun,
I wouldn't want it
though.
to become. Because isn't there a mode? I forgot what it's called, where like there's a ghost of you, like it's like a time trial thing. I don't want it to become that because it could easily be that where like.
You're not really interacting with people.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, you just gotta, like you said, top 30 out of, let's say, 60 players have to go through like a stage, but if you don't see anybody, it's not really a battle royale. Like that's part of the battle royale is like you either interact with other people, or you can hurt other people, or you can help.
Maybe it's that
other
idea,
people.
but it's groups of 5 at a time. I don't know, because if you put
then it's like a race or something.
If you put 80 people, in a Sonic level all at once,
Which should be hilarious, by the way. Someone make a mod of that for like Sonic Adventure 2.
The Mario Battle Royale game, which I don't know if you actually saw the trailer for. It's called Super Mario 35 because it's its 35th anniversary this year. It's Super Mario Brothers. It's the first game, but it's handled like Tetris 99, where everyone's playing the game alone. You can see where everyone else is in the level, and killing enemies and certain things sends them to the other players. So you are not literally bumping into other Marios. You don't even see other Marios in your game. You can see them on your periphery on the other little panels surrounding your screen. I don't want to just say rip that off and make it Sonic 1. You know what I mean? Because that'd be lame as fuck. But
I just don't think that. I don't know how fun that's going to be. Like, I'm someone who, like, I want to interact with other players. And also, if you want this game to be marketable, too, I think people will be more... People love to see, like, other people get fucked over. Like, Fall Guys, like, you can grab people. There's been people who grab people and then, like, have you fall down a cliff with them. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're You're being an ass, but that's hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, we want streamers to be playing this. We want to see that on Twitter, people raging about Sonic, whatever we're calling this, Sonic Battle Royale.
I will say also, too,
Hedgehog Royale.
At that point, Mario markets more on the fun of playing the game, which obviously that's how video games work, but like Sonic is more well known as a character and a cast of characters than Mario is. Like people like Mario and Luigi and and Princess Peach and everyone. Yoshi is everyone's like favorite fucking Mario Party character. Everyone likes playing as Toad in Mario Kart. Like I get that, but like no one really necessarily wants a cartoon of Mario and his brother, you know what I mean? But people love watching Sonic talk to Tails. So I do think that a Battle Royale of Sonic needs to incorporate A, his friends, obviously, and B, it does need to have the literal interactions rather than just, am I better at Mario than you? You know what I mean?
Which that will make it fun because people who are good at Mario are just going to destroy you. And like you'll never win. Yeah. Because there's going to be, not saying there's going to be that many people, 99. But there's going to be too many good people that it won't be fun. Then you'll like
that's how Tetris worked out. Like I'm good at Tetris. I think I'm pretty good at Tetris. I'm not winning. I never won that game because there's just someone that's just
a god
tier Tetris. It's like
just plays Tetris all the time.
You know what I mean?
See, I feel like in terms of like you were saying, like Sonic and Friends, we both played Sonic Forces together, and we made our own hedgehog. I think we got to bring that back in for this game. I think.
Did we make a hedgehog or did we make like a rabbit or something?
Whatever. It was a creature from the Black Lagoon. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
But
Frankenstein.
I think
we need gamer on his hat.
It did say gamer on his hat. Well, we need to get that shit. Like, if like let's assume like this was the next big Sonic game that was coming out, like what we're talking about right now. You can just port all that shit over. Be like same outfits and everything. Just throw it back in. Kids will buy
that's
shit.
how you get your season pass.
First season pass is Sonic Forces
Battle Pass.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's just outfits for your characters.
Yeah. So I think we need to do that. I think there needs to be customizable hogs or various other creatures. Lizard men, whatever.
I will say this right now, though. I don't want to segue away from this because this is, I think, onto an actual good idea for Battle Royale. But I did nail it. I know what the Battle Royale is going to be. It's the Knuckles treasure hunting thing.
No,
you drop 100 fuckers into Wild Canyon and Pumpkin Hill, and they got to find the one fucking emerald in there.
No one would want to play that. Kill me.
But play that, you know what I mean? So you can punch the other guys.
Maybe that could be in one mode. Maybe that could be one mode we throw in this, but I don't know if I'd want that to be the entire game.
Remember the space level where it's like
that
like the riddles? I'm under a yellow thing, and it's like, you're teal. That's not yellow. Why am I digging here? So okay, so this is what it is. The whole game, the whole IPO. So when the goal of a Battle Royale is to win, but this is just a single match you're doing, and you're playing a whole bunch of matches. So the idea would be,
do we want multiple matches? I think that's the first thing. I think it's yes. I think I want this to be more Fall Guys, where there's different.
What I'm saying is that like when you and I play Apex together, or anyone playing with a bunch of friends playing Fortnite, Warzone, whatever together, you're playing multiple matches a night.
Yes.
Or a session, right? And it isn't just like, we played the one, now we're done, we won. Or when you finally win, you're like, yes, that's it, I'm done playing Fortnite forever. You know what I mean? No, it's not how that works. You want to see how many you can get, and you want to try different tactics, and it's just a generally fun experience that, like, you hop in and out really quickly.
Yeah.
What I think Fall Guys does very well is that the crowns you get are like a currency or a thing that if you get so many of them, you get this new outfit, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the overall goal for your career of playing Apex Legends isn't just to win once. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're playing a whole bunch. It's not like as soon as I did that, I have beaten Super Mario Brothers, I'm done. You know what I mean? Can I get to 10 wins? Can I try out this new character?
Can I get 3 in a row?
You're not playing just to see if you can beat it one time.
Can I win with this just a pistol? Maybe
right.
If you're really good, maybe you get to that point. Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to give very good incentive for people to win multiple times, not in a row, just but like the Fall Guys thing of like if you get 10 crowns, you get the banana hat or whatever, the with the face on it, or however many crowns it is. I don't know what it is, but you do that. So it's our idea. Whatever the gameplay itself is, it's all the custom characters that you make.
Yes,
you don't get to play as Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, fuck
at
off.
At all. It's I mean, this is how we do our battle pass, new outfits or whatever.
Maybe the Sonic you have to like
and yeah,
win 100 times
when you get to level 100 on your battle pass in season 1, you get a Sonic hat. So it's kind of like Sonic, but it's all that kind of stuff. You just cock tease people. What I'm saying is that after getting, let's say, 10 wins in a row, you unlock the outfit to play as Tails.
That's what I'm saying. Like you won't be Sonic, but you'll
when you win the 50th match, not consecutively, but when you win 50 games, you get to play as Sonic.
Yeah, I like
it. It's not going to change the gameplay, but you get. So when you and me are running around as our broke ass characters, we fucking see Sonic the Hedgehog running.
We're like, oh
it's
shit,
status symbol. This motherfucker's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. You know what I mean? And that will easily get people hooked to staying.
Yes.
Now we just turned into how are we going to make as much money off this as possible? Or you could spend $100 to unlock Sonic. Either or.
100. I like that. It's either $100 up front or 50 wins. I love that.
Or 50 wins. Yep.
You can see who the true whales are because when the game first drops. Yeah.
If you get 40 wins, there's no discount. So if you spend the $100, then you're wasting.
Can we have a physical edition that's $100? That's just has Sonic on the cover, and it's just like play as Sonic in the new Sonic Hedgehog Battle Royale. Yeah,
I would like to see a company be ballsy enough to be like, this is the 2021 Apex Legends bundle. It's a $60 video game, physical disc or whatever, that has the 3 or 4 seasons for this year on it. You know what I mean? Seasons 7, 8, 9, and 10.
I can see that.
I've always wanted to see something like that because
we'll do it first. With Sonic.
Yes, there you go.
We'll have a bundle,
the other thing.
Physical bundle you can buy.
Here's the other thing too. So these Fortnite particularly, because to my knowledge, battle passes and actual seasons, I got the BioShock Infinite season pass. It's all the DLC. There is no season 2. We just called it a season pass. And it's not that. It's an actual like your season 1 of content, season 2 of content, season 3 of content. We were never going to stop this. You know what I mean? To my knowledge, Fortnite kind of started it. Maybe I'm wrong, but then like it's also in Rocket League now, and in other games that aren't battle royales. Actual Call of Duty Modern Warfare has seasons for its multiplayer. You know what I mean? Not the battle royale itself specifically, but the big key marketing standpoint for battle passes in general. Because, again, Fortnite did it right off the bat, is that the stuff that you get from there are exclusive to that battle pass, and when the season's over, no one else is ever getting that stuff again.
Can't buy it.
And every single one of these does it. I think that is a very good thing to get people to feel, I don't want to say feel obligated to spend their money on the currency to buy the pass, but like, if I don't do this now, if I don't keep playing, I'm not going to get the Tails hat.
We want people to be addicted. That's what you're saying.
But I do think that there is a tactic or a strategy to, saying outright like, hey, this doesn't mean that you will never get this stuff again. We might, 3 seasons down the line, have a special event where you can play season 1 content again or something and get the stuff if you have purchased the pass. You know what I mean? This kind of plays into the idea of if you were to buy it physically, you own seasons 7 through 10. If we ever bring back season 8 stuff, you have access to it, I wonder if there's something we can do there where it's like thinking the long game back, because how many fucking times are we going to have, Knuckles the Echidna clothing? You know what I mean?
I think you have to have like
you got to cycle back
Supersonic.
To it, right?
It's got to be like for season 2. Let's say we're already on season 2.
50 wins in season 2, you get Supersonic.
Yeah, or if you play enough, maybe it doesn't have to be 50 wins, but like how Apex was, like you have to play a shit ton of games to get to the level 100 badge to put on your what was it, the player
banner
card or whatever it was, banner. But I also think part of this too is like we got to make sure the game's actually good, because no one's going to want to like sit through it either.
That is the problem with battle royales, is everyone, and just even MOBAs and multiplayer stuff, everyone has good business ideas how to make money, but if their game's not fun, their player base goes away.
So we're definitely making this free to play. I think that's a given.
Yep. I mean, the kids would fucking... That's the reason why Fortnite is popular.
Are we putting this on mobile, too? Why not? Do we want it?
I mean,
that might restrict
mobile
us.
phones are at the point, yeah, but it does not restrict Fortnite at all. Mobile phones are at the point now graphically and computationally where there really is nothing to prevent you from putting a console quality game on there. Like, besides the controls, which
That's why I think if we make the game
Apple
simplistic.
officially supports PS4 and Xbox controllers, you know what I mean? Like, you could do that, but it's not like, oh, it's impossible to even get this to run on there. Like, no, like Apex can run on a phone. If EA really wanted Respawn to do it, they can make it work. You know what I mean?
And it's gonna be on Switch soon. So
yeah, and Steam. Ew. But what was I gonna say?
I just wanted to clear that up before.
So if the gameplay is simple enough, I say put it on
That's
mobile.
what I'm saying. I think it's got to be simple. We don't want it to be. I feel like yes, you can put Fortnite on mobile, but for a shooter, like to me, I would never want to touch that. I want this to be as accessible as possible. Like I think Fall Guys would be great on mobile.
Yeah, honestly, because there's move, jump, and grab, right?
Yes, and dive,
and then
that's it.
But isn't that just jumping in the air? Is dive a different button?
Yes, there's jump, and then there's like a layout, kind of like.
But it's a different button than the button you used to jump. Yes. Okay, well then never mind. But whatever.
Four buttons really.
Yeah. So top corner is dive, middle button is grab, bottom right corner is jump. You know, your thumb is on the right side of the screen. It's just the general areas on where you press. Yes. You know what I mean? And left is just the digital analog circle thing.
So I think
whatever.
So I think the gameplay is.
But here's my thing.
I kind of like the idea of
it's Fall Guys but fast and less goofy because Sega wouldn't want it to be goofy.
So I'm thinking of like how Team Sonic Racing or Sonic Team Racing, whatever the fucking title is,
Sonic Racing Team,
where like there's some cool like stages on that I actually think are fun and like but are still Sonic and not too goofy but still like charming. That like when I think of Sonic.
It's like a lot like Mario Kart, obviously, because it's a racing game, but in the sense that it's a weird celebration of the history of those games. Like a lot of Team Sonic Racing, I think it's called Team Sonic Racing. A lot of the courses are just basic. Oh, this is Seaside Hill Zone from this. This is Ice Cap Zone from this or whatever. Like I don't like. Fucking, like, come on, imagine Season 3 finally drops, or you could say we're revealing Season 3, and oh my god, it's fucking City Escape. The level's City Escape. You know what I mean? Like, that's, in a way, to children, the Sonic characters are the big selling point.
Yes.
I don't understand what the appeal of fucking Charmy the Bee and Vector the Crocodile are to children. I don't, because the games that feature those characters suck ass. I don't care about them. To older gamers, it's the levels. It is seeing, City Escape is here. Oh my god. Metropolis Zone is here. Oh, cool. Oil Ocean, you know what I mean? Like, that gets us excited.
I think
more so than, wow, they have the robot from Sonic Adventure is in this game. That's great, guys. Like, I don't give a fuck about him. I give a fuck if they have fucking, what was the last level in Sonic Adventure 2? Final Rush.
I forgot.
Final Rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just out in the middle.
But they bring that in there as like, okay, the big featured stage or cluster of stages are themed to be Final Rush. That would be dope.
You know what I'm thinking of? What's that one game? It was on like iPhones, and I think it was on Android as well. Like a long time ago, Temple Run. I think that's the name.
Yeah.
I'm thinking something like that. Like gameplay.
They did make that. They did make that. It's called Sonic Dash.
Yeah, but I'm saying something like that, but a little bit more extravagant, where there is 50 hogs in a, like maybe like it's much wider, and there's like you said City Escape, right? So like it doesn't have to be at the City Escape level, but it'll be inspired by City Escape.
Right?
So
yeah, obviously.
We're going down a highway, and there's 50 Sonics, and like maybe like there's boosts and stuff that you grab while you're running down this hill that makes you go a little faster, but don't go too quick because you'll hit a car and that'll slow you down.
Ooh,
Something
okay,
like that.
piggybacking off of that, I don't know if the Sonic Team Racing does this. Mario Kart 8 does this. When you're in the anti-gravity stuff in sections, because that game's whole thing was like anti-gravity sections where you're magnetized. If you collide with another player, you get a boost. The other person slows down a bit. And then there's in Mario Kart as well, if you're trailing behind someone, you pick up on their speed
That's what,
and you go forward.
In Team Sonic Racing.
Team Sonic Racing does that too?
Yeah.
Well, because it's also a team thing.
Yeah, well,
This would be
in the
solo,
team
but-
one, like the longer you sit behind, you have like a meter that slowly builds up, and when you get that, everyone on your team gets a boost, which is
Nice.
Like we can do something like that if there's a team version. If you do,
But then also the competitive,
duos or
like,
something.
I don't want it to just be everyone's running, and if you, like in Sonic, in the 3D Sonic games, you can homing attack and knock them down. I don't want that.
No, no, no.
Remember,
I
you
want-
remember fighting Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2. I don't want that to be.
No,
how
I
you
think it's
interact
got to be
with
like
people.
closer to Fall Guys, where there's like the only like Fall Guys doesn't have any power ups, but I think the only thing you could add is like power ups of some sort. But it's all like
Yeah.
speed based, or maybe you could jump a little bit higher for 35 seconds, which might help you. Maybe there's like sections of the stage that you can only be reached by super jumping if you have the power up. That it's like a shortcut, but you have to time it. You know what I mean, and
Yeah.
whatnot. But
I think
there's-
though-
I think there's got to be a lot of like I said, I want there to be interactivity, so I want there to be a bunch of hogs in one going down a road or a
Collision,
pathway.
yes or no? Is everyone a ghost, or can you bump? Can I bump?
I want
into
to
you?
bump in. I want to see some ragdoll because that's fun. That's what I think Fall Guys is fun about. Is that like, oh, I'm trying
Levels
to
are
jump.
going to have to be super wide then.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
yeah.
It's got to be wide, like super wide, like
Yeah.
6 lanes on the highway wide.
And so then your normal gameplay decisions, moment to moment as a player, are okay. So there's this ramp. If let's just say it's Cityscape, and it's the theme of this section is the opening where you're going downhill on the board, but you're not on a board. Let's just say you're
Just
running
running,
anyway.
yeah.
You remember how there were ramps, so if you could do a jump off them, obviously that gives you a boost when you did that in that game. I think maybe it didn't. Who cares? It was fun to do. Let's say you do it here. But your decision is, okay, well, I can see 10 people going for that ramp. I might get bumped into. I'm just going to go this way instead.
Yeah, take the safer
so
route.
it's safer, but it's almost a more guaranteed to maintain a good speed than a risk where I'm probably just going to, some jackass is going to bump into me and then we're both going to fall, you know?
Yeah.
So like that would be, that is a good, because you always want to have the player in any game, obviously, but especially in a battle royale, always be making these micro choices of like, do I rotate over to this section? Oh, fuck it! I know people are coming over that hill. Should I hide in the house? Should I wait behind this fence? Where should I go? You know, if it's just a straightforward platformer like that, it would be harder to have those decisions where it's like when you lose in Fall Guys, it's either your fault, or the other person's fault. At least that's the idea. You know
Or
what I
the
mean?
stage
Like, yes,
is moving,
Yeah.
but like you were held, and like once again, yeah, it's either their fault. I guess.
it's a choice that you made, which led you to lose. You don't want it to be like, well, there were just too many people and now I lost. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that on the player. So it would
Yes.
need to be wide. You're right.
Which I think is fine. That's what I'm saying. If we do like, I don't know if it needs to be 100 people, but I think like 50 would be a solid number, especially if we're doing different stages. And like, so we want to do multiple stages, right? So like maybe the first
So
one is
this is my big struggle though. So I'm pretty sure they confirmed that Fall Guys is going to be adding in more rounds, more, I don't know what do they call them, stages,
yeah.
games.
I
know they call the whole thing as a show.
It's like a game show. Yeah. I just say
yeah.
stages. Yeah.
Whatever. They need, 'cause battle royales are predicated on, oh, I lost, I can immediately hop in and play it again. I don't need to wait till the round's over. You know what I mean? So like, even when you're dying really quickly, and just the idea of just overall in terms of playing the game, you're playing it over and over and over and over and over again. When it's a giant first or third person shooter on an island with a lot of variety, it doesn't feel as repetitious. Obviously, Fortnite changes shit up every single season. Apex tries to do the same thing. I don't know what Call of Duty does, but it's still kind of new enough. You know what I mean? But if it's a series of simple-ish straightforward platforming, challenging levels, I can see it getting boring very quickly. So
Yeah.
Sega would need to do. Let's just say we're in charge of a team is making this. We would need to make sure that we're constantly making new levels. If it's season one's theme is Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone. Those are the first 3 stages in Sonic 1, for instance. If it's those 3, because you don't want it to be, it's all Green Hill Zone, people would fucking throw up because people are tired of Green Hill Zone, even though it's classic. But what I'm saying is that these are the 3 themes for Season 1. Sonic 1 is the theme of Season 1. Sonic Adventure is the theme of Sonic of Season 2, whatever it is, right? You want to make sure that even though you're using a lot of the same theme, you need to have, like, I want to even say, like, over the course of a season, 40, like, individual stages or whatever per zone that you're using, per artistic, you know what I mean, kind of thing, per set of mechanics. Because I don't want it to be just like, because you said Temple Run, and obviously they did a Sonic Dash, and I know it's not literally that idea, but just a straightforward kind of, you're not turning around and running to the left instead of going forward, not like you're on an island, right?
What if it was like,
you need to just make sure there's a lot of variety in what you're doing.
What if there was just like, we had assets for each zone made, like we're like, okay, there's gonna be, like you said, 40 stages in one Green Hill, like, I guess you could say, package.
Are you saying like palette swap it? So like, oh, this is
I just say, like, we get assets and it just I forgot the term for it, where it just makes it itself. It's procedural. What if it's every level is never the same? Like, yeah, there's going to be ramps. There's going to be maybe a mud pit or a car.
That's a very good way of
so you're never playing again.
The
and then that also gets rid of, like,
how many people are going to bitch and complain that they lost just because of the game decided to make a fucking stupid layout. But I don't know. It depends. It's easy for us to say so number one, we are not engineers, we are not programmers, we are not software designers. The two of us are not these things. So it's very easy on paper to say we're going to make it perfect or we're going to make it work. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it's very hard. But ideally, I would say that.
I think that'd be the best way to do it, because
season 1 is all Sonic 1 stuff. So like, here is the loop-de-loops can either look like this, or this, and they're based off the zones or whatever, But I also do see there is a weird, I get this sensation, though, oftentimes with procedural generated stuff, a sense of loneliness or emptiness where, like, nothing has a permanence. Nothing is, like, I don't want to say iconic, but, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oftentimes, so I'm contradicting myself about the 40 stages thing, but, like, Mario games, they have iconic ideas and iconic stages, but no one's like, oh my god, fucking level 1 or level 2 in Super Mario Brothers is so iconic. It's like, that's an underground level, so, like, all the underground levels are kind of like, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. But Sonic has always been like, here's Green Hill Zone, here's Chemical Plant Zone, here's Sky Sanctuary Zone, here's City Escape Zone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they are, like I said earlier, like, if they track out, City Escape, and it is fit to work, you know what I mean? But it's still kind of the idea, but it's made to work in our gameplay style, that would get a lot of people excited. And I could see if they instead, like, if it was what I said earlier, or even what you're saying with procedural generation, if there's, like, we made 40 levels that have City Escape looking stuff. I don't know if that would get people excited. So it would almost have to be like, almost have to be like, we each season 1. I'm just gonna say it's Sonic 1. We take all the zones from Sonic 1, and we make 2 or 3 levels, stages, whatever we want to call them, for our Battle Royale thing, based off of that. I don't know.
What if the procedural one is just like the last one, like the final round? So, like, that makes it more chaotic, but yet also fair in a way where, like, someone who's really good at the game, like, they can be really good at all the levels that don't change, but when it comes to the final one, it won't matter.
But it always ends with the special stages from Sonic 2 where it's that half pipe ramp that's so fucking hard to see around the corners.
Yeah. That's one idea. I just feel like you said, you don't want to be repetitious, and I feel like that's the one kind of issue I had with Fall Guys is like there were certain levels I just knew I couldn't do, and it just felt like a pain. Or there was ones that I've done so well over and over again that the one time I don't make it, it just felt like a chore. Or it's like I'm like I just want to practice the final map because that's the one I've been struggling with. I can do all these, but then you're thinking about that, and then you're not focusing on the current game, and then you're losing, and then you just go down that rabbit hole of just, well, this game isn't fun anymore because there's just too much RNG.
So I think we need to either pick one of two things. Either the verbiage and the actions that our character players can do is very minimal, but the variety of the stages and layouts is very varied. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or it's the opposite where we have each zone in a season has 2 or 3 levels or whatever we want to call them, but our players can do a lot of things. One of the two needs to happen, I think.
I think the first one needs to happen. I just by my just thinking about what would I want to play? I think I'd rather it be procedural and kind of boring because you don't know it'll feel repetitive maybe still, but it won't be as repetitive as just playing the same 3 levels. Like, oh great, it's Death Chamber. Oh, I hate this level and I don't want to play it, but I have to play it to get to the final rounds, or I'm not good at it, so I'm already pissed off playing it.
So then what are the verbs that Sonic can do? What is
Jump.
Sonic besides running?
Jump.
So we're just going to call him Sonic, but the players obviously running. Do we want to make it so they're always running, or do we want to make it so if they're not moving the stick, they're standing still?
Maybe it's like a soft jog.
I can see it where it would be annoying where if you would want to slow down.
I think a jog.
I mean? But
I think like a jog where if you're not touching anything, they kind of jog in place.
That would also prevent people from blocking things. I'm going to stand in front of this ramp so no one.
You're
can
always
use it.
kind of moving.
Right.
It's not super quick,
you're right.
but once you it's kind of like in when you're driving a car. Some cars, if you took your foot off the gas, or the brake, it's still going to start to lurch forward.
Right.
I want that basically.
Yeah. You're right. You want to avoid people griefing each other as much as possible too. So he's running. You have as much control as you would want.
Yes.
Over that, obviously.
Is there a break?
He can jump
for
Oh yeah, because we're
drifting?
definitely gonna have turns that if you're not drifting or you're not braking beforehand, you're gonna smack into the wall
or hit someone, and then you're. The thing is, do you want really that have to be a wide?
Is this a racing game now?
That's what I'm saying.
Just a straight up racing game.
I guess it can't be a drift.
I mean,
it'd just be you can brake a little bit, but then at that point,
no,
why don't you just let go
drifting in Sonic games is cool though. So.
Yeah. I guess we have to add a drift in, but not a racing drift, if that makes any sense. It's just
you won't hit the corner, which therefore means your momentum will be maintained. So is Sonic going to be able to do any melee attacks? Is he going to be able to swing a punch? You know what I mean?
Like an elbow.
Are we going to have a power up where he gets not a sword, but you know what I mean? Like a whacking stick.
Oh, man.
Are we gonna
or a circle? He gets
because we definitely want to have points where you can speed boost, and so let's say maybe okay. So let's say there are rings, right?
Yeah.
And you're picking up rings. Rings don't make you go faster in general. They don't do that. But if you collect rings after a certain amount. Let's say it's hard to tell if there's a lot of players. You would want to have a lot of rings so people can
that could be annoying though.
Let's
the whole screen.
Let's say it's 20. Let's say if you get 20 rings, and that is, let's just say for the sake of things, that isn't immediate. It isn't like in a Sonic game where here's a stretch of 10 rings that you just pick up by not moving. You know what I mean, or not moving left or right. Just forward. So let's say you are able to get whatever amount of rings we want to say. I'm just going to put out the number 20. Let's say you can get 20 rings about 7 to 10 times in a stage. It's around that range. And when you do that, you can press the square button or whatever to boost forward,
Okay.
Those rings are gone. The one rings you spent are gone. You can boost forward, and if you ram into someone from behind,
It like
it,
spins them out.
it spins them out, and they lose half the rings, all the rings, whatever. They lose rings, and just in general. So that is a way of hurting players. Is, well, I could use my boost to get ahead of you, or I can try to get behind you and use my rings to boost into you and put you out of commission.
See, we can do that, or do we just do the Mario Kart style, where there's like boxes?
Item boxes, yeah.
Because my thing is with the rings is like, what if that's what you're chasing at the end? You're trying to get the giant ring or something. Maybe it's a Chaos Emerald. I'd like that.
Maybe it's just the whole stage just loops and just the first person to 100 rings. No, I think that's easily going to be the person that wins gets a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, I think that's better.
That is 100% going to be.
I think we
what
could
we're
do
gonna
rings. I'm worried that like.
I don't want it to turn into just Mario Kart and Team Sonic Racing where, here's a horizontal line of item boxes and now you have a power up.
I'm worried that there's just going to be like just not enough rings, and if for 60 people,
they respawn, whatever.
Or that it'll just look like when you're going.
We need
down,
to have rings in a Sonic game somehow.
I'm just saying, like when we're going, let's say we're going down the hill or something. Is the whole thing just going to be like covered in rings for like 30 meters?
Nah.
Like how many? Like you're saying for 20, let's say, but like I feel like that for 60 people. And wouldn't that only help people in the front? You want something that's for people in the back.
So then here we go. Everyone's favorite instructional tutorial robot, Omachow.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be a whole bunch of them, little Eggman pods, and they have cannons that are shooting rings down. So that hey, the people that are into the 70th percentile, the lowest 70%, they have some that they're going to get too. We need to have rings.
I know, I agree with you.
Obviously, when you complete the entire match, all the rings you picked up, you get to keep, and that's a thing you can spend on stuff. You know what I mean? And obviously, and I don't want to talk about this right now because we're getting to where we actually want the main gameplay to be. Obviously, there's going to be a side mode where you raise a Chow, and you're going to spend all your rings on that. And it's going to be a thing where, like, not only am I picking up outfits for my guy or lady, I'm also picking up cool toys and stuff for my Chow garden. And you're laughing right now, Devin. But that's how they'll make money. You know what I mean?
We've been thinking about all the money thing for this and less about the gameplay. No, I like the rings. I think if we have Omachow in there, because that's a callback. It's a callback,
and no one actually likes Omachow.
But we're going to make you like him. You're going to hear Omachow. You didn't want to hear him in Sonic Adventure 2, but boy, you're going to like him now. All right? I like the idea that, like, Omachow is giving out rings in some way or form. Maybe there is rings that are also in the field, like in the track or whatever you want to call it. So,
number one, I would say that you could mark on the ground or whatever, or just if they're floating in the air, you can mark it with a transparent, like, circle, or like a circle that fades out on the edges, something like, but it's transparent. These are where the rings start. If I pick them up after 3-4 seconds, they respawn. Because if it's impossible for me to go back, there should be no real reason.
Maybe there's like a conveyor belt thing, or like some sort of
maybe just when I pick up rings, when a player picks up rings, they don't disappear. You know what I mean? Or maybe they disappear for me, but on your cert or on your client, on your game, they're still there for you.
Yeah.
But we also want to make it obvious that fucking Devin got a lot of rings. You know what I mean? If I see Devin run through rings and they don't disappear,
do we want rings
maybe...
to be the end all be all? Like, can I still win this thing without any rings? No, that's going to be a part of the gameplay for sure because of the boosts. If you're not boosting, let's think of, like, I'm saying, like, in other battle royales, there's a little luck sometimes you get. Like in Call of Duty Warzone, I can have all the good guns, but a dude with a pistol, if he's good enough, can take me out and win the game, and that's it. It doesn't matter what I have. I want there still to be ability that.
Where's the skill coming in?
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
At what point does?
Yeah, you're right.
if I don't have any rings because I got fucked over by someone else, maybe running into me early
Well,
on.
where's the skill in Fall Mountain and Fall Guys? If you're the person first and you're not making any mistakes, you win.
There's
How can someone that's in the very back?
Well, there's objects
beat you?
that are falling, so I guess you can add that like if you're in first place, if you're good enough, you probably can dodge things. But here's the thing: in Fall Guys, there's 3 different types of like final round stages. There's one that's like a hexagon
Yeah.
layer, and it just keeps going down. There's different layers, and then eventually at the end there's a slime pit, and you lose if you fall in it. But you're just jumping around trying to last on each layer as long as you can before everyone else falls in. That's one of them. The other one is like a classic wipeout thing where there's there's platforms that you stand on in a circle,
And you're just trying to jump over and duck under
under the spinning padded wheel thing, whatever you want to call it. And like eventually some of the stages fall out. And like if you get stuck on the one end of, let's say like each end of next to you goes out, then it's really hard for you to jump over. So there's like some RNG in that where like the stage just decides, oh, this route is, you can't do it.
Right.
You're gonna lose.
But if you didn't anticipate this ahead of time, because I'm sure you're like, oh, well, if there are, because I know the one you're talking about with the rotating things and the platforms that just break away after a while.
Yeah.
If there are 3 left and you're not on the middle one, then you have a less of a chance of winning. So make sure you get to the middle one.
Yeah, and they usually shake for like 3 or 4 seconds to warn you.
Yeah.
So maybe if we had something like that, like I think there needs to be
okay.
some...
So here's what we do. Okay, so we didn't specify a player number, but we want it to be like 50, right? A large
50
you know
to
what
60,
I mean?
yeah, but not
a
too many.
small, not like oh, this could technically just be a racing game if there's only 8 or whatever. So like 50, but it's around there, right? The final round is a boss where everyone is still running through a level, but Eggman is in front of everyone, and he's doing things where like this row now in front of him is just on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or there's a laser
flashes
or
down,
yeah.
or he breaks the ground on this vertical or not vertical.
And you can jump
but,
maybe
like,
to save
forward
yourself,
section.
but it's definitely going to slow you down. But at least you won't be out.
Yeah.
But if you miss it and you fall in, that's it. You're done.
And this loops until
Do we want, even in the beginning stages, do you want it just to be a time thing? Like, oh, the first 30 people? Or do you want there also to be some pits? Maybe like not if you fall in the pit you die, but like, oh, you respawn further back.
Yeah.
Because that's what Fall Guys does. Like in the first couple, if you fall in the slime, you're not out, but you get put back to the latest checkpoint, and that could slow you down.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. Because it's one of those things where it's like a seasoned player that does fall in the pit is they kind of maybe realize, hey, I am fucked, but I could still qualify if I just keep.
Yeah, but
trying,
later on,
because other people.
But
could
later
too.
on, if you fall in, that's it.
Yeah. You would have to, in some form or fashion, like, let's say it's pits with spikes are the ones that respawn you. Bottomless pits, you're out completely. You would have to do something just to visually identify. Oh, I forgot that on stage 3 it's a KO completely. I didn't realize that. You know what I mean? Like, no, you just.
Yeah, I think we could do that. I think that will add too, because if you're going too quick, let's say like, oh, you do speed, but all of a sudden there's a Dr. Eggman left a hole for you and you didn't see it and you fall and then you're done. Doesn't matter how quick you were going.
Yeah,
I think the last round should be
maybe that's where your procedural generation can come in from. We have actual levels, with a Chaos Emerald at the end, or maybe the Chaos Emerald is going to be the first one that actually gets to be number 1.
Yes.
But whatever we have at the end of a stage, a section for this entire match, whatever this whole section is, let's say there are 40 total, just in general, that we're pulling from, and each one is its own unique thing. They're all made with purpose. They're not procedurally generated, but damage and stuff added to them are procedural or are randomized rather. Like, oh, so on stage 1, it just plays one like normal, and the first, if it's out of 50 people, first 30 people to get to the end qualify. It is just one of the levels with nothing done to it that's different than how you might play that in any other part. From number 2, we see Eggman fly through first, fuck shit up. maybe the Omachows fly through second. Add shit, add boost pads, or then
Like,
this boost pad was here.
Yeah.
It was over here before.
You can even add
so
some
then
more into that, being like, "Oh, Eggman destroyed the track. Let me help you out." You know, like Omachow goes and like, you're going to be some lore into that.
So like, I played stage F on the first round, so nothing was ever done to it. A couple of games later, stage F is my second round. The layout is exactly the same, and I know this, but there's a pit here because he bombed this, or there's a boost pad here
like
because of Omachow. Yeah, that is good
because it adds familiarity, but also just enough difference that you're like, I'm like, it's City Escape, but City Escape is on fire. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
something like that.
Yeah, this is. I'm not gonna lie now, Devin.
Yeah.
I want this game.
I know, Sega. If you're
like
listening
before,
to this,
when we started this exercise,
Sega,
this was like as a fun thing. But
Sega, we will
now I
we
actually
will sell
want
this to
play...
you. This idea to you. It ain't gonna be free.
Fuck, take it from me. I don't care. Just give me a free copy.
10%.
Make me a producer.
Make me a producer. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Also, for
I know can the final
level, can the final level be endless? Like it's this last person standing.
Endless with a boss, I think.
But I'm saying like the boss, like. See, with the boss though, you assume that you can beat it. I'm just saying like, maybe you beat the boss by being the last.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
but maybe not all of them are a boss, and we do have some that are like, it is everyone's running around in a circle. Like, let's say we have a big circle, and it's a 2D section essentially, and everyone's running around in a circle. Last person to survive wins, and we're now dropping in spike balls that bounce for a few bounces before disappearing, and sections are going to disappear, so they fall down. Basically like that one Fall Guys one you said, but it's more like a Sonic running around, or our players are running around in a circle, and you could try to hurt someone, get KO all their rings off of them, hit them again when they have no rings and they're out. You could do something like that.
Yeah.
So I think like Fall Guys, vary up what the final round can be, so it's not like, damn, I'm just not good at fighting Eggman.
Yeah, like
I'm never gonna win.
Yeah.
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 Or vary that up too. I agree. And
I think anything else.
I joked earlier about the Chow Garden stuff, but I do think that if you have a metagame alongside a thing to work towards...
How about Chow Battle Royale, that you can boost up your Chow to fight, and it's all AI, but like...
The Chow Karate, or the Chow Racing?
Yeah, just like the Chow plays like a game of some sort, that, and if your Chow wins, you get more coins. But you can...
you could have things where like, you can only have 3 Chows in this garden, but if you can get a 4th Chow in for 5,000 rings. You can... each one of your Chows can be playing a Sega Game Gear game to earn you extra rings.
I just like the idea that you can
hours.
Change the abilities of your Chow. Be like, my Chow's gonna be really good at... I like the idea that the Chows are playing in their own battle royale, but it's like a shooter. You can't control it, but you can watch it.
Yeah,
but I want
that's how the Chow Racing worked in a Sonic
Adventure. I want
Adventure.
him to be like, this guy's really good at shooting or aiming.
But he's not good at speed
or cover. He can't find cover as quick enough. So you can send in your 3 Chows to fight in this battle royale to team up.
This Chow is 90s as fuck. He's got cargo shorts upon cargo shorts. He can carry all the ammo.
Yeah.
But this one is he's a swimmer, so he's got no pockets because it's not dynamic.
Battle royale within a battle royale. Has anyone done that yet? No.
Yep, and then like I said, it's not something you can actually control. It's about you raise your Chow to the stuff you want it to be, and then you unleash it. Yeah.
Then you have your own YouTube metagame there too. Be like, I got my Chow to level 99, and he's one.
No, but the metagame is what you definitely want. Like, I'm surprised that Fortnite doesn't have a metagame like this. I'm surprised, Apex hasn't tried to find a way to you get a currency, rings. What are you spending that on?
Yeah.
Besides outfits, obviously, which then, if we're going to be charging people real money for some of these outfits, that means that it's going to take a shit ton of rings to make it, you know what I mean,
I think
viable for us. So instead, you're spending the rings on something. Maybe I've always liked when a game, like a free-to-play game that is riddled with microtransactions or whatever, has sections in it where you just can't buy anything. You know what I mean? Like, I play a mobile game that's idling right now on my couch. Fire Emblem Heroes. I love this game. And there are a bunch of different currency type of stuff that I can't buy. So if I wanted it, I needed to grind up in this, or I needed to save up for here or save up for there. I can't buy it if I want it. I need to actually play the game to do it. So if we have, you can buy outfits for your characters. You can buy, taunts, whatever are the things we would normally put in a
emotes,
kind of player customization, right? Yeah, lobby emotes or whatever. Let's say before a round starts, it's like in Fortnite where everyone's on the island, they can run around together.
Sonic giving a big old thumbs up. Yeah.
And then there's a glitch on the Switch version where the middle finger pops up instead of the thumb.
Hilarious.
But the Chow stuff, you can't spend money on. We don't allow you to buy rings at all. Rings are used to get outfits for the chows, get special things for breeding, special pads. Oh, if you buy this garden, it means this is an aquarium garden, so any chows you raise here are more likely to raise their swimming stat or whatever. You know what I mean?
Or defense stat or
just like how if we give someone a outfit if they get 50 wins, if we give someone a way to gain status that everyone knows they did not just buy it, it's instant status. You know what I mean? Gets people to stick around more. Like, oh fuck, oh man, our Ninja over there on Twitch, he's got his Chow has Knuckles' spikes, or he's got Knuckles' gloves. You know what I mean? You can only get that if you win. If your Chow, which you bred forever, won 10 matches. And let's say all these Chows they're like literally children.
Yeah.
So they suck. Maybe that's the joke, is that they actually are terrible at the game. But if you can make one that can just pay attention long enough to win, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
We're getting somewhere. So, 50 players.
Yes.
How many stages?
Also,
how many rounds
with the
to
stages?
a thing?
I think there should be like subsections that you can, or not subsections, but like shortcuts. Maybe not shortcuts, but like alternate paths you can take. So like, not all 50 are going down the same path the entire time.
For sure.
There would be like,
I mean, it's
15
like I said,
go
we're
that
not
way, 15 go this way.
We're not designers, but obviously we're assuming that we're making good level design. You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever.
But
it's a lot easier said than done.
I kind of liked
sure.
how you were saying stages like A, stages B. I wanted it to be simple and like easy to remember, being like, oh, stage F, stage C.
Stage F is the one where there is 3 loops towards the beginning. I can recognize this if I played enough. You know what I mean? Season 1 has these 40 stages. Season 2 rolls around. We get rid of 20 and add 20 more, and they're themed after Sonic 2's zones. You know what I mean? Emerald Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, whatever. Yeah. And then everyone pops off for... and we get an entire season just for Cityscape. Sonic Adventure 2 will get its own season, but Cityscape also gets its own season. So yeah, so it's how many rounds do we want to have? How many of these stages are we playing?
Does it depend on how many? Because like Fall Guys, it's kind of random. It'll either be 5 or 6 stages total. It depends on how because sometimes there's team games, which we didn't even talk about if we ever wanted to do a team game thing. Where
I don't know.
I'm not really feeling that, just because of what the gameplay sounds like it's going to be.
I would think a team mode where you and 3 other friends, like in a shooting battle royale.
No, I mean there's random times in Fall Guys. It'll just be oh, you're on a team with random people, and if you guys don't win, everyone's eliminated.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would work for this.
I'm not a fan of that.
I like it in Fall Guys a lot, especially because there's been times where we just killed the other team, and it felt good to be hey, at least one of us is moving on, boys. You know, or is going to win this thing. You know.
So what if we did for our team things, it was other game type modes? It was... I mean, I don't want to go back to the well of what else has Sonic done in his video games, but you can think of other things where oh, you're in the robot shooting at other people, like in Sonic Adventure 2. But I don't know if I want
that's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm okay not putting that in. It was just... Yeah. I was kind of thinking out loud.
But I do think that you could have a 2 or 3 player team mode that you queue into, you know what I mean? Where it's just like before, but if the 3 of us make it to the end, and maybe you handle it like Team Sonic Racing, where there's a tethering kind of between your characters now. You know what I mean? We're like, you can all fail together, or you can all win together. Yes, like Death Stranding.
But how about this? If we're doing, let's say, trios, let's say it's you and two other people. Let's say your two friends make it, but you don't. You don't qualify, or you fall in a hole or something. There's got to be a way for you to still help in some way.
I wonder. Yeah, so like, okay, maybe you are a ghost racer. You cannot physically interact with anyone, but you can kind of pick up some rings, which your other teammates can use.
Something like that. Or maybe like you can add to the course in some way. Be like, hey, go left, guys, because I'm gonna drop a car in 3 seconds. Like it's like you can't instantly pop it up, but like a car will fall from the sky.
Yeah, and it bing, bing, bing.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
So
I think that'd be cool.
Time, but
that's the only way I can think of a team. The game could work. I'm saying like the 60 people are split. In some ways, if they're like there was an obstacle course thing where like the other team controls the obstacles themselves, but
now let's say so we established that round 1 is the vanilla versions of all of our stages. Round 2 is a randomized version of the stages where there's pitfalls, traps, boosts, maybe item boxes, whatever, some beneficial things, as well as things that hinder, randomized versions. So let's say we get to stage 2. There's 30 of us, so there's 10 teams of 3. Yeah, there's 10 teams of 3. I fall down a bottomless pit right away. And now it's you and guest of the show on our one episode, David. It's the two of you playing. And I'm immediately out. There are still 9 other teams, and I can fuck up a lot of people. Now, let's say every team has one person lose. Now you got 10 motherfuckers dropping cars everywhere.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we make this a final round before the boss only. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever the
penultimate
penultimate
like,
stage.
No more than 10 people, or no more
total.
Than 15 or something. One idea that you could do also is do the Call of Duty Warzone route where like even if you get out, this could even be for when you're just solo, that there's like a losers track that if you beat out everybody you get back, and it's only one person gets back to the next round. That could be dope.
And you can tie that back to how classic Sonic level design works, where the higher pathing is harder to maintain, but if you fail, you will land on something and you can keep playing. But at the very lowest, there is just ocean and pits and spikes, and so if you fail, you will die permanently.
You could do
so
that
like
too.
it's a like, okay, so
yeah, there's a lot of different ideas there.
Is there anything major we can add, or do we think we kind of nailed it?
I think we kind of nailed it with, like, if we really want, like, we're running out of time here, but I think we got the general idea down of what it would be like with, like, yeah, you could add a mode for, like, either a ghost if you're dead but you still can help your team, maybe, perhaps, or a way where you're still in it, like you said, maybe there's a stage below the stage, or there's an afterlife thing that you could do where you fight someone in some way. Maybe your Chow's fight, who knows, to determine whether or not you get in it. So there's a lot of different like small ideas like that, but for the general gist, I feel like we just gave Sega a lot to work with, I think, and like in terms of what they could do. So if you're hearing this, now, I'm telling you, I would pay good money for this.
Now, do you think Sega has any interest at all in making a Battle Royale game based off Sonic?
I feel like we would have gotten one.
I could go either way.
I feel like we would have gotten one.
Maybe we will next year. Maybe we will next year.
If we don't get it next year, everyone's like, what if they drop the trailer for it and it's like Sonic Adventure 2? But it's like, no, it's fucking Sonic Hedgehog Royale. Can we name it that? I think we got to get a name, at least.
Oh yeah, we should name the game.
I like Sonic Hedgehog Royale. It has to be. I want it to be like Ring Royale.
Does it need to have the word Royale in it at all, though?
No. Call of Duty Warzone.
Fall Guys.
Yeah. Just knowing Sega, they would want to make sure people know it's
Sonic Mob.
Sonic. Sonic. War. I don't know. The Sonic Warzone.
Okay, so no, you give it like a fun name, not like a competitive name, like Sonic Jam, which was the Sega Saturn
Sonic
collection.
Battle Mania.
Something Sonic Groove, something fun. Because who cares? Like it's
Sonic Dome, Sonic Thunderdome,
Sonic
or something
Dome.
like that.
But here's the thing. No one gives a shit what these battle royale games are named because everyone knows what they are. It's not like, oh, our new battle royale game has to market to people. We need a name so that they know what kind of game it is. No, if we're making what we're assuming to be a successful, popular game that a lot of people play, it doesn't matter what the name is. So you want to give it something catchy and fun.
Sonic Dome.
Sonic Dome?
Sonic Dome.
Like Fandome, so
Yeah.
it's Sonic Dome.
Like maybe like all their levels, like in the
Sonic
distance,
sucks.
you could see like a dome, so you know it's in like a giant like amusement park kind of thing.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Game Show. Royale. Well,
Eggman
regardless
Royale.
of what we're...
If you guys can think of a title, if you're listening to this, suggest a title, maybe that'll be it.
Yeah.
Because I there's a couple there, but I don't think any of them are like super like hard hitting.
I'm definitely leaning towards something that's just fun and catchy. But let us know what you think. Contact us on Twitter. The show can be reached at Sonic Movie Show. I have been Ethan. I'm on Twitter at Ethan Absolutely. Devin is on Twitter at Cursona YouTube. And let us know what you would name this Sonic Battle Royale game. Or if there's a much better idea for a Sonic Battle Royale game, let us know your opinions too. And while you're at it, you probably have listened to this show if you're actually responding to this comment. So you should go and check out the other episodes we have. We have an entire other podcast series on this feed, all about Vin Diesel's decadence and lifestyle and filmography. Go listen to our other episodes. They need more love than what they have. And let us know what you think about the idea of a Sonic Battle Royale. And we'll see you next week for another episode.
I'll see you in the Sonic Dome
Of Sonic Royale.
Sonic Royale.
What was our new ending of the show? I'm Sonic.
I'm Sonic, and you can call me Knuckles.